Hi and welcome to Easy Fishing. Well, I finally managed to get on the river after my last bout of illness, and already I'm enjoying it because right behind me is a missel thrush, and I haven't seen one of those in years. I'm on the stretch of my local river, the Great Ouse in Bedford, and it's a beautiful summer evening. And as you just seen, I have a surf fleet of rowers out enjoying the river. Hopefully they won't interfere too much. Now, because I'm short on time, I'm setting up two rigs. First one, and I'm using my little 6 metre Shakespeare pole. I've got a 0.4 gram AS3. This is shotted with a bulk and one dropper. Bait on this will be a punch of bread, probably about 6mm. Hook size is a size 18 Drennan match. So that's the first rig. The second rig, and that's on a green Drennan bungee with a pull bung. The second rig's my tench rig. I have an AS8, 1 gram, Olivet, 3 or 4 droppers, and a hook length of 019 Drennan fluorocarbon. Size 14 Drennan super spade. Bait on that is going to be a tub of ready-made halibut paste. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm in such a rush, and it's like 25 to 8, so I've got about an absolute maximum of 2 hours to try and produce a fish. So I've cupped in 1 ball of bread on the short line, and I'm going to follow that up with bread punch. So I'm starting off with a 6mm piece of punch. I have my trusty Tesco Stay Fresh bread and about a pint or thereabouts of liquidised bread, which I don't suppose I shall anywhere near use that. Now, the reason I'm using hollow elastic on this, there's quite a good chance I could get a tench on this, and I would like to at least have a fighting chance of getting it out. So let's bait up with a punch of bread over the top to keep it dry. On my short line, it's about 8 foot deep, I suppose, and that's only at 3 sections. At the longer line, it's about 10 foot. So let's just get this baited up. I have no keep net with me, and I'm sitting under an overhanging canopy of trees. I haven't raked the weed because I don't know how much weed there's going to be. But like I say, let's just give it a try. Oh, and I've had a bite straight away. Here we go. How about that? What have I got? I have a skimmer. Not big, but first chuck in. Who's complaining? Well, I am, because I don't know what I've done with my cloth. I better find that. That's the trouble when you're in a rush, and unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I always seem to be in a rush. I never seem to have a nice leisurely session. But that's how it is. So I just have to make the best of a bad job. Now, on plumbing up, I found a little ledge just beyond my rod pole tip where the depth dropped off a good 8 inches. So I'm fishing a slightly longer line than I would like. So I'm over that ledge, and oh, missed that bite as well. So there's obviously a fair amount of fish here willing to feed. And in the, I don't know if the viewfinder's seeing it, but there's a whole string of Canada geese, ducks, swans, Uncle Tom Cobley and all. Not that I mind, everything has a right. And here comes the next lot of rowers getting their practice or exercise, I'm not sure which. And some of them on this one are coming very close to me, so heaven forbid I should hook a big fish as a rowers approach. So that might be fun. What's going on here? And there's an upstream wind blowing, which is making this a little bit tricky because the river here is virtually stationary. It's a flood relief channel, this section, and quite often it does not flow, which hence leads to a lot of weed problem, but also leads to a large amount of fish, some of them very big. I don't quite know what happened there. Just rebait. This bread's a bit older than I would like. I know it's stay fresh, but it's at a week old, which isn't exactly ideal. Ideally I'd like it as fresh as possible. I'll take that off there because I don't think I'm going to be feeding for a little while. See what I mean about the rowers? That's alright, mate, you're going nice and slowly. You're not tearing through in an 8. No point in abusing the rowers, it doesn't get you anywhere. I've had to accept that fabulous fishing though this stretch is, because it's on a public stretch of water in the middle of a town centre, I've got a feeling our feed is being intercepted by small fish. Yes. Yes, it is. And I've dotted it down so there's about... Oh, and here we go again. And what have we got this time? Nice roach. So it's obviously there's a fair few small fish, probably bleak and tiny roach up in the water. And I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but that's a thrush again. One of the joys for me of fishing is the wildlife, and to see that missile thrush as I was getting ready to start was the icing on the cake, because I haven't seen one for ages. They look like a giant song thrush with a paler breast, and they're much bigger and tend to stand very erect and proud like a guardsman or something would, and I love them for that. Oh, what have we got this time? Oh, slightly better fish this time. What have we got? Oh yes, this could be a landing net job. Oh, I think I better use the landing net on this one. And as you can see, I have the microphone cord caught up in everything. I could have swung it, I suppose, but I didn't want to risk a ping off on a tangle because I don't have a lot of time. So what have we got here? Oh, a nice roach, 4 or 5 ounces. Barbless hook, straight out. And I forgot my over trousers, so I'm going to be slimy. There we go. Not big, but nice. Now sometimes you can catch some very big roach on this stretch. I've not managed a 2-pounder yet. I think 114 was the best I had. And that was a long time ago, and that came from about 100 yards upstream of where I'm fishing now. Now when the boats come through like that, there's no point in rushing to get your bait in the water, because one thing I've learnt is when the boats come through, they swirl the water around, and you can just end up with an almighty tangle. So I'm no longer in any rush, and on the other side we've got an 8 cock stake coming down, so no doubt that'll be through my swim shortly. But I think these fish are quite used to these. Probably puts them off a bit, especially because this water is crystal clear. But as you've seen, as soon as I get a bait in, I'm getting bites. And again. And what have we got again? Another roach. So, you know, don't be too much of a hurry to curse the boats. Yes, some of them are a nuisance, and but the vast majority will be polite and apologise if they're too close or whatever. Not all of them, obviously, but I'm looking down in the water here. The water is absolutely alive with what looks like this year's fry, about ½ an inch long, which bodes well for the future. And here comes a 4 at full speed, and the coach on his bike shouting instructions, as no doubt you can hear. But who cares? I'm catching fish. I'm back on the river where I love to be. I can think of no better way to spend my evening. And another fish. Quality fish this time. Do I risk swinging? Oh, I should have. Never mind. Can't win them all, can you? So I'd much rather be doing this than stuck in front of the TV watching some pathetic soap. I know some people would disagree with me and say I'm pathetic fishing, but no. I'd much rather be doing this than watching some soap opera. When I'm too ill and too old to go fishing, there'll be plenty of time to watch silly TV programmes. All the while I'm well enough to go fishing, I'm going to go fishing. So that was quite a nice quality fish again, probably 4 or 5 ounces. Shame it came off the hook, but that's barbless hooks. The bites are very, very positive. Oh, now this is a better quality fish. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, now if this is a roach, this is a good one. Oh, is this a skimmer? Oh yes. When I did my first video on buying your first short pole, this is exactly what I mean about it. This is not some 16 metre, 3,000 pound pole. Oops, I hope that didn't snap the hook length. This, look at this, look at that. In you go. Alright, let's just see if that snapped my hook length. If it has, oh dear, I think I'm going to be slimed up by the end of the evening. Oh well. But well, if nothing else, we've got a pretty good tangle. Let's have a look. And blimey. Sometimes I wonder how they get these tangles. Right, well I've put a new hook length on, plumbed up again, and this time I've stepped up to a size 16 because if those bigger skimmers are around, I'd like to catch them. And on the subject of catching skimmers, a soft elastic is pretty necessary. And this Drennan 6 to 8 is quite capable of handling carp in open water, that is, and is perfect for quality fish. So in this case, some nice roach, skimmers. If I get a tench, it could be a bit leery, but we shall see about the tench. When I get the other rig out, I'll have paste on it, and that is aimed at the tench. But like I say, it's 8 o'clock now, so I haven't got a lot of time, but I've caught a fair few fish. Now the bites have suddenly stopped for some reason. And their last cock state that went past shattered that they thought they were the last boat, but I'll believe that when I see it. Now I don't know what's going on here, but bites just appear to have stopped. Does this mean there's a bigger fish around? Often the way. Sometimes it means one of the big perch have moved in, and the perch in here, I reckon it's capable of breaking the British record. The day I had my 412, 5 minutes after that I'd put it in the keep net. I lost a much bigger fish when the hook pulled out as I went to slide it over the landing net, and that dwarfed my 412. And I know there's been 3 5-pound plus fish from here. Well, allegedly 5-pound plus fish. But 412 is not far short of 5. Like I say, the one I lost was a lot bigger. Right, it's just, that's why. Had a little tangle, and the bait was off the bottom. Wondered why I wasn't getting bites. Now let's see if it's any better. And I'm going to try a double punch this time, because it'll swell up into a lot bigger bait. Who knows? And if it's a tench and I lose it, it's not the end of the world, is it? I would like to get a tench out. I know several viewers have said they wanted to see me catch tench. Well, this is my tench venue. not your average tench venue. This is no lily covered lake. This is a snaggy, weedy venue, but it nevertheless holds very big fish. One of my friends who, I haven't seen him for a while now, but I know I put him onto the carp potential of this stretch, and he's the only bloke I've ever seen carp fishing. He's had them to 36 pounds. My best on the pole, about 20 yards downstream of where I'm fishing, was 22.12. And that was a fight of a lifetime, that was. And there we go, straight away. There's half an inch difference in depth, and we're in. There we go. Well, after that passer-by interrupted me, as I just returned that fish, I've had another one. These roach are probably 2 to 5 ounces a piece. Not going to break any records, but it's very pleasant to catch them. And another 10 minutes, and time to have a look and see if those tench are around. Right, yes. Okay, time to stop fishing for the small fish. See if there's anything bigger about. Now, this gear is considerably stepped up. Should I get a decent fish, I think I've got a very good chance of getting it out. And this ready-made halibut paste is not my favourite, but it will do. I'm not putting a huge piece on. A piece about the size of a marrow fat pea, or cannonballs as we used to call them. There we have it. And let's see what's around, if anything. Well, it looks like it's going blank, so I'll wind up the film now because the light's nearly gone. I haven't caught a lot. There's some skimmers, a fair sized skimmer, some roach, but it's great to be back on the river, even if the results weren't that great. So hope you enjoyed this short film, and thanks for watching Easy Fishing, and I'll hopefully catch up with you all very soon, where hopefully I might catch some better fish. Bye for now.